Dear students, we have learnt about inter-process communication in our last lecture, and in today's lecture we continue with the inter-process communication request. In our last lecture we have learnt about the message passing communication. In today's lecture we are discussing request reply communication. What is request reply communication? Request reply communication is most widely used communication model in remote procedure calls. In this type of communication, you see in the diagram shown here, a client and a server exists. Client sends a request message to the server. Server receives this this request message by using get request procedure and select the procedure that was requested by the client, execute that particular procedure and send reply back to the client with reply message. The procedure is clearly shown in the diagram. What is remote procedure call? Remote procedure call, here a process, suppose procedure P. Procedure P is required by a process on machine M, but the procedure P exists on machine M2. So process on machine M1 calls the procedure P on machine M2. As when as the M1 is called, the M1 calls the procedure P on M2, the M1 is suspended. M1 is suspended means M1 is placed on hold and M2 executes the procedure P. When M2 returns the result, or we can say the output of procedure P or whatever else, the controls back to M1 and M1 will continue that particular from that particular point. Neither message passing nor IO at all are visible to the programmer. We already learned about the transparency. Okay, here the same thing is here. The whole thing, the whole procedure call and request message and reply, all are hidden from the programmer. This method is known as remote procedure call. Remote procedure call stub components, program subsystem used by client or server to initiate an RPC request. The stub are responsible for managing all details of remote communication between client and server. Okay, what is stub? Stub is an application specific code. Okay, actually it is not directly generated by application writer, and stub appears as a separate layer from the programmer's point of view. The function of the stub is to provide transparency to programmer written application code. On the client side, the stub handles the interface between the client's local procedure call and the runtime marshalling and unmarshalling data, that invoking the RPC runtime protocol, and if requested, carrying out some of the binding steps. On the server other hand, means server side, the stub provides a similar interface between the runtime system and the local manager procedures. So there are both end client calls client stub residing on local machine responsible for packing the call and its parameter into a message format. So you can understand that on the client end, client stub packs the procedure call and all the parameter that we are planning to pass or send to the server. On the server side, server steps unpack the message into call request. Okay, the diagram more clears you the whole procedure, that the client machine call the client stub pack the parameters and through communicating module it sends to this to server machine. Client machine is caller of RPC and server machine is callee of RPC. Okay, server step unpack the parameters and provide and the called procedure provided to the server. Okay, server execute that particular procedure and returns the results. Result is again packed by server stub and sent to the client stub, client side, client end. Client stub unpack the result and the unpacked result is provided to client for use. What are the issues associated with RPC? Parameter passing, binding, compilation, failure handling and security. We started from parameter passing. What is parameter passing? Function in an application that runs in single process may collaborate via parameters and or global variables. You are very well aware with this that in our normal course, when a function is called by other function, both the functions are communicated through parameters, either parameters or through global variables. Passing parameter is typically the only way that RPC based clients and server share information. So it is understood here that global variables are not available in case of RPC. The parameter passing is only way which is used for communication between client and server. Parameter passing has following possible modes. The first one is in, that passes information from caller to callee, means client to server. Out, callee writes a value in the caller, that means server returns the value to client. And the third one is in out, caller tells callee value for variable which may be updated by callee. So we can say that parameter passing methods are call by value, call by reference and call by copy or restore. Okay, so then we can say that above three parameter passing modes, in out and in out, can be expressed in terms of call by value, call by reference and call by copy and restore. Call by value, that is in mode, is simple to handle. In this particular case, value passed to procedure is copied to local variables and the call by value can't have an effect on caller variable. I think you are already aware about the call by value and call by reference modes. You know very well that in case of call by value, the changes made in the callee means in the copy of our parameters at the end of server cannot affect the copy already exists at the end of client. In case of call by reference in out, that is in out mode, the call by reference is much harder to handle and it passes pointer address to server and some memory location is referred in case of call by reference. The third one is call by copy oblique restore, that is also used in out mode, and both advantages are and it takes both the advantages of both the modes call by value and call by reference. Call by value at entry of procedure, call by value is used at the entry of procedure and restricts the call by reference to the exit of the call. It means that whenever the remote procedure is called by caller module, or we can say client, it used call by value, and when the server replies to the client, it exits the procedure with call by reference, and it clearly indicates that results are copied back to the calling procedure at the completion of called procedure. Binding. What is binding? We can say that binding is an important aspect of remote procedure call. A remote procedure call requires a remote binding. The calling client must bind to a server that offers the interface it wants, and the client's local procedure must be invoke the correct manager operation on the bound to server. When server machine is unknown, it means that the client is unknown that which server machine, maybe more than one server machines are available in the network, and client is unknown that which server machine provides the procedure client wanted to execute. So in that particular case, binding is required. Okay, here we will continue from binding in our next lecture.